Hey there, and welcome to the Do Life Big podcast. This podcast is going to be your jam if you want to live to your full potential and don't believe in half assing anything in your life. If we want to do life big, that means we've got to get out of our own way because we only have this one shot to make it awesome. I'm your host, Kathy, and I'm a mom of three whose BFF is cold brew, a retired school teacher turned online entrepreneur, and an author. I'm loud, bold, and will always keep it real. I'm determined to live my best freaking life possible, and I'm here to help you do the same. I'll be packing this podcast with tips, motivation, inspiration, and strategies to finally get you where you want to go. And we will have a ton of laughter along the way because let's be honest, we can't ever take ourselves too seriously, right? I'm so excited you are here with me today. Now let's get this party started. Hey, my friend, what's up? And welcome back to another episode of Do Life Big. I'm so excited to have you here today. Today's episode is going to be a real good one, especially if you are someone who's ever had a dream or an idea on your heart that's been pushed off to the back burner. I'm sure you can relate, right? Have you ever, at one point in your life, had a really big dream or a really big idea, something that really just lit your soul on fire, got you really excited, and you just felt called to act on it and do it, but then you find yourself maybe weeks, months, years go by, and you never actually took action on it at all. Just got shoved onto the back burner. How many times have we done that before? We can all relate to this. The dream that you had just goes right on the back burner. Maybe you told yourself that, I'm just going to wait until the time is right. Now's just not a good time. We're too busy. We've got too much going on. I've got this going on. I've got that going on. It's just not a good time. Maybe you were just trying to figure things out. Maybe you were just getting ready, just spending all your time just getting ready for this thing that you wanted to do, but then you never actually did the thing, right? I've been there before. I've been there plenty of times. And the one thing that I've learned is that clarity and alignment don't come from thinking, and they definitely don't come from overthinking. It comes from actually doing, taking the action, getting some momentum going. Thinking does nothing, but taking action and actually doing the thing that you need to do or move you closer to what you want to do is what's going to change your life. So today I want to talk about how to stop getting stuck in this planning paralysis mode and start taking that bold, imperfect action toward your dreams. So if you've ever had that dream on your heart, and it's been pushed aside, you are going to want to stay till the end and tune into this episode and share it with a friend because it's going to be a game changer for you. So I wanted to fill you in on this. So my son and I, Landon, he's going to be 13 next month. We spend almost every single night watching this show. It's called The School of Hard Knocks. Have you ever heard of this? It's this kid. He's, 20 something maybe. And he has one of the largest YouTube channels in the world. But basically what he does is he goes around and he interviews the most successful entrepreneurs in the entire world, millionaires, billionaires, and he gets all of their important advice and tips to give to the younger generation who are also wanting to be entrepreneurs. And it is so fascinating, and we watch it every night. Landon's been really into this because he is a rapper now. He has his own channel, and he goes to a recording studio once a week and actually gets his whole song professionally done. I mean, sounds really, really good. It's really awesome. I'm so proud of him. So he is really interested in learning about how to become a successful entrepreneur. We watch this show together every single night before we go to bed, and I love it. Like, I'm addicted to this kind of stuff. I could watch it every single night. But one of the most common characteristics about all of these really successful, I'm talking highly successful entrepreneurs on this show when he interviews them is that they all are resilient. They all are resilient. They have grit, and then they have this ability to just take risks. And they would always take action despite hitting failures, despite hitting roadblocks, despite endless no's from people, despite people not believing in them, despite any major obstacle that you can think of, they would refuse to quit and they kept going. And so I think it's really important to keep that in mind as you're thinking about going after your dreams. And the thing that you've had on your heart is that you need to just do it and take action toward it because nothing is going to happen by just sitting around on your couch, thinking and talking about it, right? So here's the truth about waiting. Waiting until you're ready is just fear dressed up as logic. That is all it is. It is just fear, and it's your brain trying to keep you safe, and it will always do that. Your brain will always do whatever it can to keep you safe. It will always default to comfort and certainty. That is the role of your brain. So whenever you have any of that kind of fear, whenever you're waiting to do something, that's just fear dressed up as logic. It's trying to convince you why you shouldn't do this, why you should wait, why now is not the right time, why it won't work out, all the things that could go wrong, such as like, yeah, not now. We'll do that another time. And then it never happens. You never do it because we get busy and things happen, and then it gets pushed back further and further on the back burner. But guess what? Growth never happens in comfort. Nothing happens when you're in your comfort zone. Absolutely nothing. Zero growth. The only way to grow and to get closer toward what you want to achieve in this dream that you want to accomplish, or this goal, or this idea that you have, is to get out of your comfort zone and take action. And success doesn't happen in certainty. It happens when you take action, especially when things feel messy and uncertain and unclear and you don't really know what the heck is going on, right? You do it anyways. So I want you to write this down as long as you're not in the car. Make a little note in your phone, put a little voice memo if you're in the car, and just remember this. Action creates clarity and alignment. Most people have it all wrong. You don't get confidence and clarity first. That doesn't happen, and then all of a sudden you're like, I feel confident. Now I think I'm just going to go after what it is that I want to go after in life because the confidence is there and I feel fully ready and everything is perfect. It happens when you take action. So you earn them and build them by doing. That's how you get confidence and clarity and alignment, by actually doing. So here's why spending all your time planning can just be like a trap for you. It's going to keep you just stuck and you're going to feel like you're getting nowhere. And then you'll look back and you'll think, damn it, I really wanted to do this and I never did it because of X, Y, Z, and all the excuses will flood in. You obviously do have to plan. I'm not saying that you shouldn't plan. Planning is obviously key, but if you find yourself constantly researching, constantly overanalyzing, constantly overthinking, constantly tweaking and reworking any idea, that is not planning. That is procrastination in disguise. That's a limiting belief. And you need to rewire your mind for success so that way it doesn't keep you stuck. We need to learn how to reframe that. That's what I teach in my Mindset Accelerator program. That is procrastination in disguise. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need a starting point. You just need to start going. And you can course correct as you go, but you can't stare at a parked car. We all know that. You got to get the wheels turning. And then once the wheels start turning, you will be amazed with how things begin to actually line up and fall into place for yourself. But that's only if you actually start to turn the wheels and get them going. So I'm going to share with you 3 simple mindset shifts to help you go from dreaming to doing today. So this is going to be a really important part right here. But the first one is done is better than perfect. And I've said this before, but done is better than perfect, which means that you're going to do it scared. You're going to do it unsure. You're going to do it messy. You're going to do it even if you're not really sure how it's going to work out. You're just going to do it and just get it out there no matter what. Just put it out there. The second one is to make the decision ahead of time that you're going to figure it out. So what that means is that before you even get started, you are going to put it in your head that there's going to be obstacles that you're going to face. There's going to be roadblocks. Things are not going to be smooth sailing all the time. Most of the time they won't be. Some things are going to work out. Some things aren't going to work out. But when shit goes south, I'm going to be able to figure it out. Somebody once said to me a long time ago, everything is figure outable. You will figure it out. So you don't need to have all the answers today, but you do need to just trust yourself enough to know that, all right, I'm going to start and I'm going to figure it out as I go. The third one is to set small, achievable goals. So for example, instead of saying, I'm going to go create this whole course, I'm going to create the Mindset Accelerator program. Instead of having that big goal in front of your face, which can seem super overwhelming because of a lot of different pieces that need to fall into place before you can actually put together and create and launch a program, you're going to say to yourself, okay, I'm going to record 1 video every week for my course. That's how you break that down into a small, achievable goal. So always look at your big dream, which is good to have, but then break it down into bite-sized actions. Because if you do that, you will be making progress. And when you feel like you're making progress, that's when you want to keep going. It's when things seem too big, too much to do, too over your head, that you get overwhelmed and then you get paralyzed and you don't take any action at all. So breaking it down into the small bite-sized actions, small achievable goals is one way to move closer and closer toward that dream. For example, I can tell you right now about a time that this happened in my life. There's many different times, but there was literally a 2.5-year period where I was thinking about launching the Do Life Big podcast and creating the Mindset Accelerator program for moms who are also online entrepreneurs. And a 2.5-year window went by because I kept reading myself all the bullshit excuses and lies of, I just don't know if this is the right time. I just don't know if this is really going to work. Should I really step aside from my first business, my health and wellness business? What if people don't think that this is going to help them? What's going to happen to all my followers on Instagram? It was all of these different excuses being put into my head that led me to not take action immediately. It was all of these little excuses of like, why would you shift from one business to a new one when you're already making a great amount of income in this other business? People know you for health and wellness. This is what you've done for 10 years. Why are you all of a sudden going to do this now? And so because of that, that kept me stuck for 2.5 years until finally I realized 2.5 freaking years have gone by. And I've been talking about this and talking about this and talking about this. And then I finally just drew the line in the sand and told my husband, that's it. I am launching my podcast and I'm creating the program. And I just, boom, immediately started taking action toward it. So this happens to all of us. But the idea is that when you have that idea, instead of burying it and believing all these BS lies about like why it's not the right time or why it's not going to work for you or why you should put it on the back burner, just start to think, all right, hey, what can I do today? What's some small step that I can take to at least start to bring this dream to life instead of burying it? Because time goes fast. And the last thing you want is to look back with regrets about how you wish that you had at least tried. At least if you try and it doesn't work out, then you can say, you know what, at least I tried. At least I did it versus talking about it all the time and never doing anything about it, right? We don't want to die with the dreams on our hearts. We want to die knowing that I took the risk, I went all in, I did it anyways, and I lived fully, and I did everything that I said I wanted to do, and I have no regrets on that. So here is my challenge for you this week. I want you to pick one thing that you've been overthinking, one thing, and I want you to take action on it within the next 24 hours. Yes, within the next 24 hours. And even better, I want you to take a picture of it or screenshot it or however you want to do it and tag me on Instagram at Do Life Big so that I can see the progress that you made. I can cheer you on and celebrate you. And then you can be excited knowing that you're actually taking movement toward that idea or that dream that's been on your heart versus just hiding it and putting it on the back burner. Whatever it is that you need to do within the next 24 hours, send the email, do the live video, make the call, do the outline. You know what you got to do. Just take the first baby step and tag me. Do Life Big. So remember, your dreams are not waiting on perfect. They're waiting on you, plain and simple, because this is your life. You have one life. You are the author of your life. You can create this life to be whatever you want it to be. We all have different dreams on our hearts. We all have different ideas and desires, but it's up to you and only you to make that dream become your reality. No one's going to hand it to you. You've got to put in the work. You've got to take the baby steps. You've got to take the action and never look back, never quit. So thanks so much for being here today. You know I love you. And I think you're awesome. And I will see you the next time. All right, bye. Thanks so much for listening in. I really appreciate you choosing to spend your time here with me today. You totally rock. Hey, listen, if you loved today's episode, go ahead and tag me on social and go share this with a friend right now. Like, do it immediately before the day gets ahead of you and you totally forget. Couldn't be more pumped to be on this journey with you guys. Go make today awesome, and I will see you the next time.